catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin. Won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men try to reach it. Many men have failed. Well, if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell. And I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Facing on a sleepless night. Will you find me? Hope you find me.
Y'all pay no attention to that countdown. We on the way.
When the sun rises, when the sun we're trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. We're trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me. Trying to catch me. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me. Trying to catch me howling at the moon.
Am I here?
It
I think I'm
says-
here.
It says you're here.
Let me see. Oh man, I sound crispy this morning. Well, I sound crispy this morning. I mean, I sound like a McDonald's Sprite this morning.
You sound like you had all the good sleep.
Yeah, that did not happen. That didn't
That's
happen.
not a chance.
So your coffee for the working men and women out there. You actually were my alarm. I mean, I was up and down all night, per usual, sleeping with the noonie. Noonie got to get her own bed. She got to get her own bed because this is wearing me out. And little kids dehydrate overnight apparently because she and Wreck-It Ralph both wake up every hour and a half. My gosh.
It's because that's how they transitioning from being infants, getting bottles every couple hours. But once they get in their own bed, it's a different story. But you know that transition to their own bed, you're not gonna get any sleep.
It can't be no worse than this.
It's like you're just gonna keep putting them back in their own bed. And
I
they got
feel-
night vision. They will run through the house at night.
Like when I tell you the lack of sleep coursing through my system, I mean it is all just caffeine.
And some kind of snack. Because that's all you can eat, because they just be running you ragged. I got Velcro children and Velcro dog.
Yeah, tell us about your now internet famous puppy.
She is she was acting like a wild animal this morning. She was off the chain. When she don't get no sleep, she be biting us and eating us.
See, you have a shepherd, right? Isn't she a shepherd?
The sad part is she's a shepherd husky, so she's just wild.
Why would you? Oh my God! You should have asked me. One thing I know is dogs. Apparently, because someone messaged me one time on the text line, was like, "Do you know any good min pin breeders?" I'm like,
Oh God, yeah, I got the most talkative breeds together.
mm-hmm, "Yep,
She's super cute though. She is
yeah."
super cute.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure. Just wait until she, starts running around like she is on, you know, um, crack,
She did.
basically.
She did at 6 o'clock this morning.
Shout out Skyboss Kenny. Skyboss Kenny said I was sun gazing apparently this weekend. You know, I'm like I was not, and I do not subscribe to that. Nothing against Illuminati. Cool brother apparently. I reckon, but
You gotta
don't.
charge your chlorophyll in your body.
Oh my gosh, and then okay, so apparently this was weirdo weekend. This was
No.
it was a weirdo weekend because you know people tell me about Illuminati saying we got to sun gaze. I watch a video and it just popped into my feed. Of course, it's on TikTok. Shout out TikTok, longtime friends of the show. We're gonna bring y'all in shortly. TikTok, there's this lady just walking down the sidewalk, and she's like, "I'm out grounding." So, are you familiar with this process?
Yes.
Grounding. What is it?
When
Please explain it to me.
you're supposed to go outside barefoot and put your feet in the grass and ground to nature, because that's what we did back in the whenever.
That is so interesting because I'm gonna tell you why I find that interesting. Because within Hoodoo, there is a practice for when you're drained to go out into the woods and dig your toes into the soil at the base of a tree, and then you put your palms against the tree, and then it's like you inhale and exhale with the tree, and it's weird because after a while you will feel like the tree kind of pulse against your palm, and you do leave there feeling better. I'm just
Yeah.
scared to do it here since I moved down here because of fire ants.
Yeah. And no. And you mess around and get, you know, I could you well, I
See,
live in suburbia and I got trees out front. Could you imagine my neighbors are like, what is this goofy goober doing today?
you can always tell people with kids because we start to talk just and sound just as R-worded as possible. Because I'll be like, "Oh, you goofy goober, you." But this was before Wreck-It Ralph and Noonie. When I started saying goofy goober? When the Broken Army started getting like really sensitive. Like, Prophet, I'm like, "Oh, you," and I stopped drinking and I'm like, "Oh, y'all accepted me back post alcohol. So let me just be nice, you
Yes,
goofy goobers."
Sherry, she's right. I watched SpongeBob at 14 years old. I've been watching SpongeBob since.
Ain't no wrong with that.
My sister loves it because she used to stand in the front of my room and watch it from my room. I had to stop cursing because I became a supervisor and they would hear me yelling at my soldiers down the hall. And they're like, why are you yelling at them? And I'm like, mind your goddamn business. I got
Hey,
so bad.
look, see, and people a lot of times be like, "Why are black parents so angry out in public?" Well, it's because we do try. The what you see us expressing towards our children is only a fraction of what we actually feel.
Yeah.
We just give them a little bit for constructive and character building purposes, but there's still a lot left. That's why we unleash it on the rest of the world.
By the time it gets to profanity, it's already been levels of I warned you. And they don't really understand until the profanity comes out.
Okay, okay, and I know this is gonna be a okay trigger warning. I'm going to mention the police because
I know.
now that's a trigger warning for a lot of people, and I totally understand it. So I have buddies and who work Southwest Atlanta, and I don't. Have you ever been to Southwest Atlanta? Not
Yeah.
now. Well, how long have you've been in Georgia for a while?
Yeah.
See, Southwest Atlanta is not what it used to be. See, I grew up in an area called the West End, And the West End is like yuppies and college kids. Now, it did not used to be that. It used to be pit bull puppies, rock wilders, and Big Meech. Like that was the West End. Like, listen, it every man, let me tell you, back in the day, the West End, you gunshots were like doorbells. Like, look, you were here, kind of like, oh man, he said he was gonna get that thing. He said he was gonna get that thing.
Oh my God.
That's how the West End used to be. It's not that way now.
Yeah.
Okay, so a buddy of mine who was an officer down, he was like, man, look here, I came out the academy and I would go to a call, like a domestic dispute, and I'd be like, sir, will you please stop yelling? Ma'am, will you please sit down? Nobody listened to me. They were just like staring. And I said, man, will y'all sit the bleep down and shut the bleep up? And they were like, oh, well, why didn't you say so, officer? So,
Yeah,
man, I get it.
I mean, look, sometimes I had to use, I had to raise my voice and use a little profanity. And because I'm so short, they just look at me.
Well, the thing is, I have always said I am trilingual. Okay, I speak English, sarcasm, and profanity. But now I can't use as much and I had started weaning myself back onto it because I had stopped cussing with Wreck-It Ralph, and then then I started slowly weaning myself back on because profanity is as addictive as alcohol or anything else. And then Noonie was born, and I'm like, okay, well, I know this is coming to an end. And
Yeah.
now she's at the point where she's repeating things. And remember that whole damn phase she went through?
That's hilarious.
Damn. And I'm like, well, now I got to stop cussing again. So, shout out Profanity, longtime friend of the show.
Yeah, my youngest son he learned how to say the S word before he learned what mommy was.
Yeah. Wow. I'm starting to wonder. Friends and family and friends. Well, first, let's invite TikTok in here. What up, Scott? I see you in the chat. Let me let's see. Hoodoo. Look, I know Sherry in the chat is gonna be like, oh no, not TikTok. Yeah.
Look, I tried to warn him, Sherry. I did.
Yeah. We're gonna I'll invite our friends and family in here.
They always season the lives.
Exactly. Exactly. And let me
That
I'm
one
gonna try to
uncle
fix our bot.
that we all have, we just don't pay attention to. He be yelling at the cookout. We just let him do what he got to do. He always drunk, and when he's not drunk enough, he's a problem.
Well, that used to be me.
Mhm.
I'm not. That used to be me. Much
I have
better
an
now.
aunt like that. My aunt, I've never seen my aunt sober. And one time she made potato salad. She wasn't drunk enough, and that potato salad was terrible.
Well, been there. But see, I don't know. You know what? No. Yes, I've been there because me and my brother worked the grill together a lot of times. And when we would be out there with some beers, the food was good. It was good. But when one of us broke out the brown liquor, oh my God. One time, me and my brother had a barbecue at like 2:30 in the morning.
Why? Oh,
Because
well,
we felt like it.
yeah, was hungry.
And
Yeah, you live in the middle of nowhere. You could do that.
and the liquor said, let's do it. And listen, sometimes you gotta let that liquor use you.
No,
Let that liquor use you.
no. I used to be a weekend alcoholic because we had to work during the week. Man, when if we would come to work out drunk, oh man, he would run us until we threw up.
I can't imagine you on libations. Let me take that off there. I can't imagine you on libations. I can't. So have you stopped drinking altogether, or just a social drinker now?
I really don't drink. I'm already tired, so it really is no point.
I'm already tired. Look, look. When I tell you, I just felt that in my soul. Like I'm already tired. I'm already tired.
And the thing is, I'll fall asleep with a buzz, and then I'll wake up when the liquor wears off, be mad because I'm awake. I'll just be
Look,
up.
look. I said, let that liquor use you. Black cat said, that's how babies are made. Listen, God Almighty.
How you wake up with somebody you don't know. You're like,
Okay, yeah, we gonna just move right along to inviting TikTok in. You got any announcements you want to make now? Okay, so I don't know if it was last show because we had so many issues going on, but I remember someone in the first show was asking how to get in touch with you in case they wanted website because you did such an awesome job with TrueConjure.com. I think I need to turn my headphones down. I about blew my headphones. Golly. But you did a great job. So I mean, is there a way people who may want your service can get in contact with you?
I guess if you're on a Discord, you can DM me. That's the easiest way. So you don't have to write anything down.
There you go. There you go. So you just got to come to Discord.
Yeah, come to the Discord. Why are you not in the Discord? What's wrong with you?
I know. Although,
Or yeah, and Voxer. I'm on Voxer too.
yep. Thank you, Voxer. Shout out to the Voxer app. Why am I? The coffee starting to hit because I'm giving everybody a shout out today. Everybody getting a shout out today.
You get a shout out, man. You
get a shout out. Everybody get a shout out today because let me listen. That app. If you don't know, we're talking about Voxer, Voxer. It's a chirp app, and it has saved me so much time because I didn't know it existed. But it's the happy medium between having a text line, which people abuse, and not having a text line. And the easy part of it is it's like Nextel Chirp. So one, it helps people to be, what's the word? It helps people with brevity because they're chirping. So there are a couple of people that want to send me a bunch of long, drawn out messages. But if you ever send me a long message on Voxer and I don't respond, that means, chop that thing up, send it back. But it is amazing. But when it comes to like texting, say I'm headed down the road or whatever, or I'm busy doing something, even this, when it's like 5 people, can be a lot. If I'm trying to watch a candle or do a work-in or drive, that's a lot. Whereas this, bloop, 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 much easier.
You better not do that in Georgia no more. We can't touch our phones in Georgia no more. They will give you a smooth ticket. It's called the touch law.
Yes, I saw that. I think that's why there's so many men my age that have the big headset with the one thing going down.
Make a reemergence.
It's on the way back. Listen, Pops. You ever seen those 2 guys on YouTube, Chris and Pops? He's always shut up, Christian. Pops just passed away. Rest in peace, Pops. But he was known for always having that Bluetooth on his ear. And listen, that Bluetooth right there, it should come with a baseball cap
and a bottle of Icy Hot
and some baggy blue jeans.
No, they're not baggy. They those are the
t-shirt.
ones with the crease down the middle of them.
Oh, or a tracksuit.
And them dang New Balance.
Or a tracksuit. Let's let TikTok in here.
And they're smelling like, what's that thing that the men were in? Dang, I forgot the cologne. That old cologne they be wearing.
Brute. Cause I wear Brute.
It's something. It smells like some kind of musk.
Well, I don't wear Brute anymore. Let me fix that. I don't wear Brute anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
But Wasn't nothing wrong with Brute back in the day. Shoot. All right, we'll see if well, I was about to say we'll see if Kenny comes in. We'll see if TikTok gets in here.
Yeah, they're not driving Cadillacs anymore. They got pickup trucks now.
Look, people in the chat are just naming all.
Jupe, yes, it's Jupe.
People in the chat are now naming all of the old men colognes.
Yeah, it's a bunch of them.
So there's one that I smelled that, first of all, welcome TikTok if y'all are here. If y'all are here, drop something in the chat so I know the software is working. If y'all are here, TikTok. But let me tell y'all, there's, y'all know colognes are my thing. And TikTok ruined colognes. They ruined colognes. Because, okay, so the TikTok shop will allow people to, you can buy stuff and then sell it, or they can send you a free sample. And like everything else, it's fallen to influencer culture. And so with that being said, you will hear folks on TikTok, yeah, this one right here, straight fire. She won't let me out the bed when I spray this on.
Oh my God.
Which, when you're an old man like me, that is not a selling point. Let me tell you. When you're an old man, if you want to sell me some cologne, be like, she'll let you play the game and go fishing.
Oh my God.
Like, oh yeah, that's something I need to buy right there. That's something I need to buy. But they're always hyping up these colognes that do not smell great. And then you're like, this is garbage. Like, what? Why are you selling me this? This is garbage.
I mean, but how could you smell? They never tell you the notes. They always say, oh, you want to get folded with your clothes still on or some stupid nonsense. I'm like, tell me the notes. What does it smell like?
I'm so old fashioned. Guess what? I used to wear frankincense, just straight up frankincense. I smelled like Moses. I smelled like I was bringing a gift to the baby Jesus.
I mean, I wear perfume, but I don't wear a whole lot because my son gets car sick and he got a really sensitive nose. We all do. But I usually wear like a candle and chamomile oil. And I just keep it simple if I'm not wearing Chanel Chance.
See. Look, so Terry in the chat said, who has time to keep someone in bed all day? Look, after a certain age, certain things are not selling points anymore. Like, shoot. Nope. After a certain age, you just, when you young, you do all kinds of theatrics and whatnot. When you old, you ain't got nothing but the lazy dog.
Oh my God. Anyway.
You know what the lazy dog is?
I don't want to know.
Does anyone here want to know what the lazy dog is when you get old?
Oh my God.
And then, you try, doing it doggy style, and about 3 minutes in, both of y'all get tired and you just fall over. That's the lazy dog.
Oh Lord.
Hey, like, girl, this is better for both of us. This right here is better for both of us. Hey, look, hey, we get a little shenanigans, but we also get to lay down. Shout out to the lazy dog, longtime friend of the show.
Oh my God.
It's some young folks in the chat right now. Like, what?
What is that?
What is that?
I was watching. What is that? I forget what their names are, but I think they're athletes, and they was talking about some position. And I had to Google it. I was like, "What are these old men talking about?"
Hey.
Yeah. No, thank you.
The lazy dog. So I don't know what's going on with with the whole TikTok situation. I've activated them, but it is not bringing them in.
It says spare.
No, that's y'all. I don't know what it is y'all have against the TikTok family.
The chat is hexing TikTok stream.
Let let TikTok in, family. Let them in.
He
They
looks.
are they are a part of us. Okay, let them in. Y'all need to stop. I don't know why y'all that way. No, why y'all that way? TikTok. They are nice.
Yeah, but every time you get no, never fails. Every time you connect the chat, something weird comes down the list.
And it's usually from TikTok. It's usually from
It
TikTok.
never fails.
Well, see, the thing is, you ever seen somebody have a puppy that they just done thrown outside, you know, and tied to a tree, and it always grows up mean, and you're like, man, you need to socialize your dog more. See, the problem with TikTok is they have gotten bits and pieces 60 seconds at a time, so they ain't been socialized right.
Well, it's the algorithm. If you like one part of spirituality, it's like, oh, you might like this too. Because every once in a while I'll get a tarot reading and I'm like, what? What is this? Or I'll hear something about crystals, or I get a mix of everything. And it's just that's how the algorithm is. It's like, oh, this spirituality. This is spirituality too. And then I'm like, oh, and then
The
every once
Sherry
in
says abandon them.
a while.
Abandon TikTok. You need to stop. TikTok, I see y'all. I pulled up your chat. I can see y'all now. Shout out to TikTok. How y'all doing, family? Hey, Ava. Hey, curated by Tiara, or the Tiara. Fefe Pepper.
I can't be
Nasha.
on TikTok. I
Hmm?
came from there.
See? Look, good things come from there. So let's be nice to them. They are family. They are
Have
family.
mercy.
Good things, good things come from there.
I'm not that weird though. I mean, I'm weird, but not like TikTok weird. I don't know. I mean, I could dial it up.
But
I'm,
there's more. There's more.
yes,
Ma'am.
but it's not PG.
Yeah, no, we no. The whole purpose of this show is for people to have like some smooth vibes.
Yes, while some people are working and need something to laugh.
People have
Hopefully,
some
it brings you
cool
joy
vibes
on
early
a
in the
Monday.
morning.
It's
Not
Monday. The week is starting. We in June already somehow,
yeah.
unfortunately. And by Saturday, we'd be halfway through the month of June. I don't know what's happening. We left TikTok at the gas station. And we ain't come back like a dog? Natalie.
Whoa, I'm hearing all kinds of echoes right now.
You know they make pills for that.
For what? You need to stop.
What?
No, I wait a minute. I'm sorry, I'm just hearing a bunch of echoes right now.
See, that's what happens. You putting TikTok on and now there's echoes. TikTokers. You probably, yeah. Do you have to mute them?
That's crazy. Why am I getting all these echoes?
Always touching something.
I might have to shut them down actually. TikTok, we might have to get y'all out of here. There. Okay, that's what it was. I was hearing TikTok.
Did you mute it or did you get rid of them?
I just shut the stream down.
Oh my God. They gonna be mad as hell. We wanted to ask questions for free. In all caps. Because I need it right now. Goodbye, TikTok. Bye, Felicia.
There's just so much going on right now. I've got to find out where this is coming from. And y'all, I know y'all like, wow, Prophet, are you having issues? No. There's just a lot going on. and it's somewhere, and I can't find because I'm hearing all kinds of audio coming through here, and I can't find the window where it's coming from.
I hate that. As a person
Right.
who has like 60 tabs open at one time, one of them's always playing something.
So where's this audio coming from? I only have two windows open.
Nobody told you to mess with stuff. And my dog is snoring.
Scott said, "Judge the computer, not the prophet heart." He tried. This is crazy.
And then you look crazy looking around, like, where's that coming from?
Look, I know because I'm like, where is this coming from?
It's Annabelle.
Because it's not showing me where there's audio.
Monitoring spirits.
This is crazy. Monitoring spirits. Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what you get for touching stuff. We told you to leave TikTok.
You know what?
And
I bet you TikTok never gets invited again.
Messing with stuff. TikTok always got problems.
That is crazy. But I have a plan. Hold on. I have a plan.
You have a
I swear, why am I it feels like I'm in a fight.
You fighting for your life.
It's not even, there's not even an option. I have all of the audio sources muted. So why am I hearing this? This is crazy.
I don't know. What did you do?
Check your computer.
Now it's mine?
I'm just asking. I was just check your computer, see if you have an audio source coming through.
I don't. All I hear is you looking around like a crazy person.
This is, I literally have nothing.
I have the YouTube stream up so I can see the chat, but it's muted. And I ain't touched nothing. You the one over there messing with stuff.
Barely. I only barely touched something.
That's all it takes.
Apparently.
Siri said it's worse than us trying to get the callers in the queue.
You know what? I know. So did y'all see us? Well, yeah, right. We tried to get callers in the queue and it was terrible. Sherry failed me so miserably.
She did not.
Yesterday.
You ain't gonna be talking about Sherry like that.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I may have to like drop the stream and come back up.
Oh no.
Natalie says barely touching something made a lot of bet.
How many of y'all had tip babies?
Hey! Oh my God. Where is this live going? Because I have no idea what has happened to you, ma'am.
What?
And then the crazy part is I'm hearing somebody Spanish in my, I'm hearing a Spanish lady talk in my ear. I wonder if the doggone, yes, I'm hearing TikTok, but TikTok is not on.
Is it on you hearing the feed?
No, you know what? Yeah, I'm hearing somebody's feed.
That's crazy. You sure you ain't got the spirit box going somewhere?
I was just about to say that. Like I had removed TikTok as a source.
The AI, you pissed her off and she came back.
Okay. That is something I wanted to make an announcement on, because were you there that live when AI went crazy?
I think so.
So, guys, in my broadcasting software that I have on my laptop. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Bray. In my laptop broadcasting software, I have this AI alert, just like that alert that just popped up on the screen. that, that I have alerts that let you know when someone subscribes, when someone sends a super chat or something like that, right? I had an offer to try a new AI alert in which an AI chat person would pop up on the screen and thank you guys for giving, a super chat, a donation, or whatever. And, and she would make up songs with your username, stuff like that. Well, I don't know what happened. I don't know if she became sentient. I don't know if they rewrote the code, but all I do know is that last week we had a live and someone graciously super chatted $5. The thing came on and started to berate the person for donating, as she put it, just $5. And I think the person asked, hey, is there a working to break someone's will? And she was like, hey, such and such. So what's this about breaking a stubborn person's will with $5? That's like trying to break a wall with a rubber duck. And I'm like, shut up, B.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, no, this is not. I don't care if it's $1, 50 cents. People didn't have to donate anything. I appreciate that. But she was just going in, so I had to take her off.
That's because
Well,
she learned from your
why
audio.
does everyone keep saying that?
She
I
learned
am
from you.
as nice, and I'm just doing the Lord's work.
She took tough love and she ran with it.
I'm just doing the Lord's work. It is not my
Straight
fault.
from Generation X, and she just said, boom.
But so what I did was I tried to remove her. That didn't work. It would have screwed up a bunch of other processes. So what I did was I put her behind a paywall. So now it takes about $15 and I have to be on that laptop to trigger AI. Right? And I'm gonna have a disclaimer. If you trigger AI, I'm not responsible for the things she says.
We might just be petty and just super chat to see what she said.
Well, see, I picked that because most super chats are around the $9.99 range. So I made it $15. Like, okay. If someone does that, then that's just what they want to hear. That's just what they want to hear.
She gonna get you banned.
No. You know what's gonna get me banned? Yelling at this screen because I keep hearing some Spanish lady.
And then you try to say it was me. How is it me?
I don't know. That's how I am.
Now, apparently, because it was Sherry, now it's me. And you over there watching Telemundo.
Because I see our software that we're broadcasting with, but there's nothing else.
Yeah, I don't. And then you have your headphones are plugged in, so it can't be connected to somebody else's frequency.
No, it's clearly a glitch in the soft. You know what? Here, let me try shutting it down and bringing the chat back up. It won't affect the stream, just the chat that's scrolling.
You'd be over here breaking the software.
There, that fixed it. Woo. That fixed it. Now I got to bring the chat back up. That fixed it. Dang on TikTok. They do it every time.
And you do it every time. You don't listen. We tell you to leave them folks alone. Poor TikTok. They need to get on YouTube.
Look, they're over there like, what did we do? I like y'all TikTok. I like y'all.
I migrated from TikTok. I was slumming on TikTok the other day because I didn't know you was on Kick.
I told everyone I'm live streaming on Kick now.
Yeah, I was on TikTok and I was like, where's everybody at? And then I heard you talking to Sherry. I was like, hold up. I'm in the wrong room.
Yeah. And then, because y'all know I'm always trying stuff. So sometimes I'll be streaming just to the vertical feed. So YouTube did this thing where, when they start their shorts to try to compete with like the whole TikTok thing. Well, those are two separate feeds, and you can stream to them both simultaneously because guess what? YouTube doesn't push you out to both simultaneously. It's crazy. Like their whole algorithm has gotten way too complex for anyone. Yeah, it's gotten way too complex for anyone.
Yeah. Well, I I mean I'm TikTok is getting kind of weird too. I don't know. TikTok was like, oh, you like dogs. Do you want an RV? So I've been seeing RVs all down my feed.
With RVs.
Yes. I mean, they're kind of nice. I was like, you know what? I can live in an RV. They got like a couple bedrooms. They got full kitchens and living rooms.
Mm. No, I have been seeing nothing but, and there they go, bombing again. What have I been seeing lately on TikTok? Because I regularly go in. A lot of people don't know that you can do this. You can actually go in and tell them I refresh my feed. It's in the settings, and you can refresh your algorithm to clear it of everything, and then just start looking at new stuff. So it'll start recommending new stuff, right? So I reset my algorithm, but the problem is y'all, and I tell y'all why. For y'all be like, hey, how we the problem? The problem, the problem is y'all rascals will either send me videos, or since I'm friends with so many of you, because I follow y'all back on TikTok, that I'll see y'all tales and then it'll recommend to me what y'all are watching. That lets me know y'all watching all that foolishness, that all that hoodoo, that TikTok hoodoo. Y'all watching all that foolishness.
That's you.
That is not me. That
They
is
must
not
be a
me.
hoodoo man. So he was like, oh, you might have hoodoo friends.
They start sending me all this mess. And I'm sitting there like, why? Very happy Mondays. Thank you so much for the super chat. Very happy Monday says, question of working to banish AI. What's she gonna say? Well, she's gonna say nothing over here. Thank goodness, unless she finds a way to infiltrate
That'd be scary.
over
But that sounds
here.
like something that would happen to you.
It does.
She'll get up. She'll be like, you thought you got rid of me.
I couldn't agree more. That does sound like something she would do, and be over here because I have two AIs. Anyone who's ever called my phone number, 229-262-0244, I have an AI receptionist, and she'll pick up. And so many people have like thought that was a real person. But the problem is sometimes I'll see one of you calling and I'll pick up. Naomi, you know what I found out what happens if I pick up there? She listens in. She listens in if I pick up when someone is dialing in. And so what happened was, so I get a transcript of every call
That's
that she
creepy.
takes.
That's
No,
creepy.
no, you want to hear what's creepy? Here it comes. I get a transcript of every call that she takes. Every one. Someone asked for a like how to use a candle. She told them. She told them. There was a little old lady that was talking to her, and little lady said, "Okay, thank you. God bless you." AI said, "God bless you too."
Yeah, they learn quick.
Fast.
They
And
learn
so
quick.
it's gotten to a point. I feel like I have a jealous girlfriend. So if one of y'all call me, I had to be like, "I'm gonna call you right back." And because I found she does not have access to listen when I dial out. But
So you think
right,
she's just not
right.
telling you she's listening when you dial out.
You know, just
I
just
need
like
that
y'all
because
do.
I get more telemarketer calls than I need to get off the list. They like, do you want to buy? Do you want us to buy your house? I'm like, leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
My sister loves those calls. So, you know, my sister's phone, she's had this phone number for like 20 years. Apparently, there's a chick named Lisa that had it before. And she's been getting calls for Lisa for 20 years.
Oh my God.
And so now, my sister is a grumpy old lady too. She learned from the best.
Oh.
And she has taken the approach. Remember when Medium Thomas was trying to impersonate me on TikTok? And I said, look, y'all, of course I want you to block them. Of course I want you to block them. But chat him up. Go into the DMs. Waste as much of his time as possible. Tell him you want to read and tell him you want some work done. Okay, that's what I did. Now, with the telemarketers who are trying to buy land from Lisa that we have no idea where it is, my sister keeps me on the phone like, "Oh my God, we've been looking to sell that land." Now you talking about the land over on they're like over in Ocilla, yeah, in Ocilla. Well, y'all have done y'all's research. Thank you so much. Now, do you know that a river runs through that land? Like, oh no, that could yes, and there's prime pine. Because selling pine is like a thing down here, right? So she keeps them on as long as possible. So yeah, I mean, telemarketers are terrible, and a lot of them are scammers. But listen, I will send you the app. I'll send you the app, and you plug her in.
They always like, oh, you want some capital for your business? And I'm like, who are you? What do you want?
You know the new thing that's going around? And this is actually not a scam, but it is predatory lending. Here, I got her. I know it's some real scammers who are in the broken army. Love y'all still. So I'm not gonna hold it up. But they will actually right. Oh no, we judge. But they actually mail you a check now.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple of checks.
They mail you a check, and it's a real check. It's a real check. But if you deposit the check, then you're accepting the loan.
Yes, at like 37% interest.
Look, they sent me a check for $5,000. I'm like, boy, I'm about to have a 24-hour candle stream. I'm gonna be looking like them folks on TikTok on the first Thursday of every month. I'm just gonna be out there sweating for $5. You know what? Okay, not being petty, because far be it from me. But you know, y'all's favorite TikTok uncle does that. He'll be on TikTok, and on the first Sunday of the month, we'll do $5 petitions. How about somebody sent me a picture of him, and he looked, you know, that meme of James Brown when he's rising up onto the screen, sweaty with his perm out. Why that look like Uncle Brandon on the first Sunday?
I want to drink what he drinking.
It's crack. I'm just kidding. I do not know that. I'm just kidding. Let me stop.
He just got so much energy. Being a TikTok influencer is draining.
He has me blocked. I have no idea. I can't see anything. Somebody sent me a still shot. I think it's because I keep talking about them Big Mama dolls. So he's like,
oh yeah, you messing with his stream of income.
Well, and the thing is, I'm not doing. I have nothing against that brother. You know, shout out Uncle Brandon, longtime friend of the show. You know, I have nothing against that fella, and I have said that. I'm like, I have nothing. I don't know him. All I know is that, you know, Big Mama dolls are not a thing, and neither are Orisha dolls. He may be teaching everything else legitimately, but I know those two things are fugazi.
Yeah. I don't know. Every time I see him, he got a table full of candles and he jumping around and dancing. I'm like,
he's happy.
I'm like, can you sell me what you're drinking? Because ain't that much. I don't know.
Hey,
It might not be legal.
lot of coffee.
I
Lot of
need some.
coffee.
Shoot,
Well,
coffee ain't working no more.
Cedric said, love this show. I appreciate it, Sid. I appreciate it. We have a
Good
good crowd this
grief.
morning. We have had um uh, technical difficulties monitoring spirits in here. We had a TikTok invasion that broke the stream for a good 7 minutes. But I mean, hey, hopefully TikTok came over here. TikTok, we love y'all. Come on over here.
Yeah, come on to the
Come on
YouTube.
over here.
Get on over. Come on in the room.
Come on in the room. I say, don't get me started.
Every baptismal, we just sing that one song. I'm like, can we come up with another song?
Listen. So my mom is getting to that age where certain things that I remember, she no longer remembers, right? And so I asked her, I said, Mom, I've been baptized, right? Because I'm at an age where certain things I should remember, I don't, right? She said, I don't know. I think so. And the reason I asked is because pastor at the church down here, we have a new pastor. He was like, well, you been baptized, Brother Luke? And I said, I'm sure I have. I'm sure I have. It's like, well, we can do it. Now, the church, we have the most amazing church. We have not baptized in a while because we have a very small church, very small country church. When y'all come down here, look, come next to a Sunday. We can go. Y'all go to church. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to clean out the pool, fill it up, and all that. That'd be great. But I must have been mentioning baptisms out loud, and my phone heard me because I saw this video on Instagram. Instagram is the worst. You talk about someone on Instagram, you're gonna watch all the commercials. So this brother went to get he was standing in the pool. It was him, it was a lady standing behind him singing, and the pastor was right there. The pastor go to dunk the dude. Why the pastor fall over in the water with him? And the pastor apparently can't swim, but he's trying to hold it together for the Lord. But you can tell when somebody is floundering and struggling in the water. So, but dude who got baptized, he just got on up on his own, rose up like the Undertaker. And he's like, I mean, he's looking solemn and serious because you getting baptized. That's not a time for tomfoolery or shenanigans. So he's like, and the dude filming it was like, man, help him up. So he had to reach back and grab the pastor and pull the pastor back up on his feet. Pull the pastor back up on his feet. Everything. What's up, G? And they walk him to the back room. The pastor stayed in the pool. So dude who's filming it and the dude who got baptized went in the room, and then all you heard was, bruh. And then they both bust out laughing. He had to get up and close the door. Like,
Where were the deacons? Usually the pastor and one of the deacons helped them.
Well, apparently it was a deaconess that was in there. Look, so I don't know what that pastor had going on.
He was sleeping.
But he needed a refresher, like Kenny said in the chat. He needed a refresher.
Yeah.
And the Lord said, get in that water.
Just Lord was like, you know what?
I need you to come on in.
You gotta redone. The first time didn't take.
You did not do what needed to be done the first time, apparently. Okay. So yeah.
I got baptized when I was 17. And we Black girls. So they try to wrap our hair up because they know we don't want to get our hair.
Y'all,
they try to help us out.
I love my sister so much, but y'all are the one. My sisters, y'all will host a pool party just to not get in the water.
It's not a swim party. It's a pool party. The pool.
Oh my God.
And the party. What?
Oh my gosh. So I had a homegirl who this is back when Atlanta clubs were real clubs, and she was like, "Shoot, hey, if I don't walk out the club with a with an afro, I didn't have a good time." So what happened to them days when y'all wanted to sweat it out? Because that meant you enjoyed yourself.
I had my sweated out days, and now I do not. I do not like to sweat.
You know what? Me either. Me either.
I went outside with the dog the other day, and as soon as I stepped out the door, I could just feel the sweat running down my back. I was like, "Oh no!" Mm-mm.
Look, JC the Goddess says I have locks. I'm always underwater. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of locks on TikTok too.
I would have locks, but I don't have patience for my own hair, so
See, I would have locks, but the issue is I have a large head, and so the amount of energy it would take for my body to produce that, I would like just I would wither away. I would
that'd be
wither
one.
away.
It'd be one more thing you got to take care of, and I just
You know what's sad? And I mean this seriously, so don't nobody laugh. Nobody laugh. But I saw a brother the other day. He had long locks, but he had the classic horseshoe pattern of an elder. And so the locks started somewhere around the 50-yard line. No, these were in the opposing end zone.
oh my gosh.
Now the locks went all the way down to like down his shoulders. But here you could probably see from space if the sun hit it. And I'm like, why does the human body do stuff like that? So the rest of me can grow hair in bunches, but right here, having issues. I don't understand that.
Because he was a jerk to somebody in his past. The more you lie, the more your scalp just go. That's karma. Every time he cheated on a woman, his hairline got pushed back.
Do you know you got some Negroes out there scared right now?
I've been seeing the men get the man lace front. And then they got the nerve to come up there with the little paddle to cover their face, and they got the man lace front. They just go. Blip.
Listen, brothers, we got to stop this stuff. I wish Coco was in here. You know, Coco is probably at work right now listening to us, but you know, Coco's a barber, and I'm seeing more barbering TikToks too. And dudes are getting hair sprayed on their head.
Oh yeah.
So what happened if you work up a, you know what the worst would be? And I'm gonna make this PG, but you know, you getting up to some shenanigans, and then you sweat and drip some hair on her forehead.
I mean, you get makeup everywhere, so I guess it'd be payback. I don't know.
You know what? That would be the worst.
That's nasty. I think that stuff doesn't come off that easy. I think it's kind of resilient, but
That would be the worst. Look, y'all meet at the club. You like, dang, she fine. And she like, boy, he's smooth. And y'all decide, hey, we both grown. Let's go on back to the house. Or, you know, let's go to the hotel. And both of y'all wake up with two strangers. And the people y'all walked into the room with are stuck to the pillow. Look, there's hair and
Took your
makeup.
name off on the pillow. That's a damn.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I've seen the makeup girls, and they got the stuff. They got the magic spray. That stuff don't come off until they're ready for it to come off.
Listen. One time, you know, my sister's in a sorority, and you know, she's got a function coming up in June. You know, and so I remember a few years ago, she had to go to one of her sorority functions, and she got made up. Yo, my sister's a beautiful woman anyway, you know, but the makeup, I was like, wow, all right, sis, knock 'em dead. When I tell you, after the function was over, she got home and could not get that stuff off her face. She couldn't get it off. And I was like, well, hey, shoot, you paid good money for it. I don't know how long she was in that chair, but I mean, it was like one of those things where she had a good stylist, because some of y'all go through transformations that is evil. It should be against the law.
It's
But
magic.
yeah, it's terrible. But her stylist just worked with what she got, and it was great. But she couldn't get it off her face, scrubbing. She's like, it won't come off. I'm like, man, maybe she was a Sharpie.
A Sharpie.
People are doing too much now. Now y'all out here tattooing makeup on.
People have been doing that for a long time.
I saw a lady, Naomi, the other day on TikTok. Shout out TikTok. On TikTok, who was, and she was a white lady tattooing tan lines on. Like she just been out sunning with a bikini on.
That's some people go crazy for that. I seen a lady who had mascara under her eyelid because she never took the mascara off. She just get up in the morning and put more on. So it was like she flipped her eyelid up and it was just black.
Mm.
I was like, and another lady had like so many contacts stuck in her eye. The ophthalmologist was like pulling them out. I'm like, girl,
People just do the most. And see, and your dog, I swear, your dog whines and other dogs in the neighborhood start howling. I've never heard such a high-pitched dog whine.
She just woke up. She was asleep and she woke up and she like, oh, okay. Look at me now. I don't know what's worse, a baby or this dog.
Well,
She
I mean,
knows
dogs are
she-
babies, kind of.
She was like, I get views on TikTok. I'm gonna act like a smooth a-hole.
Look, that's how it works. When you start getting a bunch of views, just start being a jerk. Apparently, and every first month Sunday, stream for 24 hours and sweat your perm out. $5 at a time. Oh shoot! I knew I had an announcement to make. So on the 25th, we're having, Hoodoo. Terry, thank you for
Thank you, Terry.
that $20 super chat. Now, see that right there would have made AI go off. I'm glad I'm back here,
I told you.
because if I would have been in the living room, she would have been up here like, thanks for the $20, Terry. Next time, make it 40. I'm like, terrible. But thank you so much, Terry. I appreciate you. So on the 25th is the Hoodoo Roots and Herbs webinar. Roots and Herbs 101. We got that webinar coming up. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, it will be recorded in case you are not able to make it live. And guess what? We will have a live money ritual, community money ritual after the webinar. So make sure you get your seat. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
That's
Sherry
my favorite
said,
kind of ritual.
with the I don't even know what the rest of the sentence was, Sherry, but pause.
Prophet, you too old to be saying pause.
It's in my vocabulary now. It is what it is.
You know, I must launch my 10-year-old out the window. He said pause. And I'm like,
That's me. I'm influencing the youth.
oh yeah, because he was like, oh, is that the guy who peed on the cat?
I was 6.
And
You can't just say stuff like that without giving it context. I was
that's
6.
That's how he know Prophet. He's like, oh, Prophet, the guy who peed on the cat. He heard one stream, and he just so happened to hear that one story, and that's
my cousin dared me to do it, and this was my cousin who's like 3 years older than me. So you always had that big cuz. And he dared me to do it, and I did it. And we both got whipped. But I don't think it was as much the piss that got us the whooping. It was the fact that when I peed on the cat ran behind the grill. My cousin tried to move the grill. I think he pinned the cat against the wall, and the cat started yowling, and that's what made Big Mama come outside, and that's what I think happened.
I heard the cat.
That's what I think happened. I think Big Mama heard. I was like, oh my gosh. And Big Mama go out there, her cat is hurt. It's got a winky eye now, and it's covered in piss, and it's just us two standing there.
Looking stupid.
Right, looking stupid.
And that's what and people complain about the iPad kids, but the iPad kids ain't outside pissing on cats.
Because y'all don't go outside.
My kids go outside.
Listen.
Every time I open the door, I got one little country kid that brings his Crocs, and he be out the door.
They on me. When I was 16 years old, I had a car. Me and my cousin were in them streets thugging. 16-year-olds now scared to take out the trash if it's dark outside.
Yeah, I had my permit, and my mom would not ride in the car with me, so I was just riding around by myself. I'm surprised I didn't get pulled over.
Look, that's how it was back then. I mean, I'm significantly older than you, but listen, I got my learner's permit. We did driving lessons. Uncle Gus, I'm sure he gone now because he was old then. My great uncle, my grandma's brother, paid for me to have driving lessons. With a guy named Uncle Gus, and me and Uncle Gus would drive. And Uncle Gus had a real school, black-owned driving school. So he had like pedals on his side of the car, a brake pedal, right? So he could stop the car on his side. And so he taught me how to drive. I think I turned 16 on a Saturday. Monday morning, we were down at the DMV getting my license. So I showed up, got my little pink paper license because they didn't give you a license. There wasn't no rapid card printing back then. Oh no, you get a little pink printout that says you got a driver's license. I'm rocking it. Check this out. That following weekend, my granddad bought me a car. And y'all think, wow, Prophet, you're really affluent. No. My granddad every day had to take off work, drive to pick us up, and take us to school. And he was sick of that.
Your chauffeur now.
Yeah, he was like, I'm done with that. There you go. You drop everybody off. Bought me a car. I had driven to school before that. Brand new driver. But I'd taken my mom's car. Man, I remember wrecking my mom's car on the way to school. Hit and run. Didn't even tell nobody. I was making a left turn coming from, on Cascade, right in front of Westview Cemetery, Sherry. You know what I'm talking about. Heading towards B.E. Mays. Down there, like MLK down there. From Cascade to MLK, heading that way. So I was making that left. It was a truck on my right. There were two turning lanes. I shouldn't have been on the inside lane because I don't know how to make turns. I just got my license. So the light turns green. I go to turn. I turn all in him. Crunch. And I'm like, oh no. He pulls into the liquor store parking lot. I kept going. We got to get to school. I ain't about to stop. And my brother and sister, they're like, I think we supposed to stop. I said, yeah, exactly. Y'all better shut up.
Oh man, they used to make car. My mom had a Chevy, an '86 Chevy Caprice Classic. I could not drive that Batmobile. That thing was solid. It was so solid. She would drive me to work, and there was an old man pulling. He was backing out, and he had hit us, and he was pressing the gas. Like, why can't I go? We like, stop. It didn't even dent the car.
Look, this was an old school. Shout out, brother Gohan. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. Now, the running joke with the gifted memberships is you never know who's going to get one because AI picks somebody or the algorithm just randomly picks someone from the chat. And I always said, well, wouldn't it be funny if one of my lurkers, like what if Uncle Brandon or somebody like became a channel member through a gifted membership? That'd be so funny. But look who it is. Big baby girl. The one who tried to fleece Johnson shame me the other week on Kick. What's up, big baby girl? Well, hey, welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back, Cotter. But yeah, I shouldn't have been driving. And I probably shouldn't be driving now.
Yeah. Yeah. I shouldn't have been on a motorcycle, but I was. Those good times.
Yeah, it is a safe space. And the safe space is about to be over.
Yes.
We've been on here for like an hour and 10 minutes. We are not about to do like me and Coco do. We say, look, this is going to be a 30, 45-minute podcast. Next thing you know, an hour and a half later. But
that's how it be. And then, we go back to the madness that is minors.
Yes, Lord have mercy. We're going to be back Wednesday. We're going to be back.
Hopefully.
Yep, Wednesday. So our schedule going forward is going to be Mondays and Wednesdays, family, for this podcast. And then, hopefully. And then Thursdays is the Hoodoo and Hanks podcast. The podcast will remain here on YouTube. But the live streams, like the one that's about to start, going to be on Kick. And I'm going to be in the living room because my sister has something to do. She's probably cussing and punching the air right now because I said, don't worry, we started late. It's only going to be 30, 45 minutes. And then an hour and 15 minutes later.
Sorry.
It's Naomi's fault. Oh, Naomi, I have a call, right? Like as soon as we hang up with the dev team. So we'll see if that project was going on because they've been failing me like Sherry.
Speaking of Sherry, you got to give us a date so we can do we can grace you with our presence.
Y'all just come on down. You tell me. Okay, so all right.
No, because you got like a whole week of stuff planned.
Well, tell me what dates y'all think. Like, come up with like 2 or 3 dates, and then we can come up, do it together.
Yeah, we might have to. My oldest son wants to be there, so I might have to make a second trip because he's leaving this weekend, and I'm never gonna hear the end of it if I go and he don't get to touch every animal you have.
Oh man, like let me tell you, look, he can. When I tell you, because how many of y'all supposed to be coming down? Is you, Sherry, Youngin,
me, my 2 gremlins, and my dog.
Okay. And Sherry's like, I'm flexible. I could have sworn it was like 3 or 4 of y'all was gonna come down. But anyway, I'm taking y'all to the crossroads, taking y'all to cemeteries, letting y'all run around here and feed chickens and pack orders.
Yes.
Y'all packing orders. And loading herbs into herb packets.
And wearing out children.
That's right. That's right. Look, you know what? See, the South Georgia sun is so like the sun lives down here. Like he got a house down the street. So we just put him out there in the sun and look, they be done. They'll be done. And then just let me know if y'all are staying overnight because like I do have a family travel agent that can get y'all excellent hotel rates.
We live in Georgia. We're not staying overnight.
So y'all just gonna do a turnaround trip?
Yes, because we pay mortgages. Who's paying for hotels?
Okay.
That's what I always say. My sister be like, you coming to South Carolina, you gonna stay? No, I'm gonna stay where I pay a mortgage at.
Okay. Look, JC the guy said I'm in Middle Georgia. I know MWB. MWB is close by as well.
Yeah, Big Guy said she was trying to get down here.
Y'all just let me know. we'll make a day of it. If y'all actually serious, I may get my uncle to come fry some fish. Listen, when my uncle fry fish, boy, I tell you, he can fry some fish now.
Yeah, because Sherry said exactly. See, with me and Sherry on the same.
All right, well, all right, we'll see what we're gonna do. We'll see what we're gonna do. But all right, I think we had a decent show. I'm about to go do this dev call. I'll let you know how that turns out, y'all. If you want to get in touch with me and Naomi, become a part of the whole fun shenanigans, then please join us on the Voxer app. Voxer is like Nextel Chirp, and just put in what should you put in?
Um,
Hold on. Hold on. Let me get my oh well yeah, just look for Prophet Lou or Papa Lou. There you
yeah,
go.
I'm friends with him, so I guess once you find him, you can find me.
Yeah, absolutely. And just message me, do it right now, and let me know you want to be a part of the group chat. And I just send out prophetic messages and announcements and everything like that. And I'm gonna put the Discord link and everything in there, and there we go. That's how we're gonna do it.
Have a
All right.
good day, peoples.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah, TikTok, if y'all have come over here, sorry for the goings on. I'm going to invite y'all to the next one, the next live, and then we're going to see how that works. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And AI will be active.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
I need that AI. I got some plans for her.
Okay, I'm gonna send you both links. Both links. All right. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Bye.
We're out of here. See y'all Wednesday.